The transformation of Catherine Bach from an ordinary brunette to a cultural icon is nothing short of extraordinary. From just one of the many aspiring actresses, she became one of the most recognizable women in American television history. She was so charming and talented that one picture of her shook the White House. But how did she manage to get that famous? Let's get into the story with some of her most scarce photos. Catherine Bach was born on March 1st, 1954 to Norma Jean 𝚑𝚘 and Bernard P. Bachman in Cleveland, Ohio. Her mother is an acupuncturist and her father a rancher. Catherine was of that peculiar heritage. Her father's family had its roots in Germany, while her mother was a descendant of the Verdugo family, among the earliest Spanish settlers in California. This mixed parentage gave Catherine that touch of the exotic that would add to her allure later on. Although born in Ohio, Catherine spent most of her childhood in South Dakota, dividing her time between the home of her grandparents and a ranch. Growing up a farm girl instilled the rugged, hands-on work ethic that would later prove quite valuable in her acting career. At the tender age of 16, Catherine graduated from Stevens High School in Rapid City, South Dakota in 1970. She then made the bold move to Los Angeles to study drama at UCLA, thus pursuing her dream of becoming an actress. She supported herself against the high cost of living by creating and selling clothes to friends and theater groups, showing how resourceful and talented she was with her hands. First steps into Hollywood were modest yet promising. As a beautiful and young actress, the agents took notice of her right away, but the major roles remained out of reach. Without being disheartened, Catherine seized every opportunity to develop her career. Her first screen appearance came in 1973 with the murder mystery The Midnight Man, led by the legendary Burt Lancaster. Though her role as a murder victim was small, the experience was not. Catherine learned the ways of a professional film set, which stood her in good stead later. She landed a more significant role in the 1974 cult classic Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. Playing the character Melody, Catherine shared the screen with Hollywood heavyweights Clint Eastwood and Jeff Bridges. Not only did this film grant her greater visibility within the industry, but it also showed she could hold her own against the big-name stars. With two solid roles, Catherine's career was underway, yet it was not only her professional life that was developing. In 1976, at the age of 22, she married David Shaw, the stepson of the iconic screen actress Angela Lansbury. Shaw, having grown up in the entertainment business, encouraged Catherine to audition for the kinds of roles that really fit her talents, which set the stage for her next big break. That break came when Shaw suggested she audition for a new television show, The Dukes of Hazzard. Though Catherine had no idea what to expect, she decided to give it a shot. At the audition, producers were looking for a Dolly Parton look-alike, yet when Catherine walked in, she immediately impressed them with her authenticity and charm. Her country upbringing, polished talent, and previous work in Thunderbolt and Lightfoot made her a perfect fit for the role of Daisy Duke. Being cast as Daisy Duke in The Dukes of Hazzard brought Catherine Bach's career to a whole new level, but she did not take the role without some trepidation. The series was about a family employing guerrilla tactics to outsmart corrupt police and businessmen. With its blend of action, comedy, and a smidgen of sex appeal, the producers saw Daisy Duke as the show's ultimate eye candy. For a while, Catherine wavered about assuming such a physically oriented role. The show's producers had originally dressed Daisy in a rather low-key ensemble of a turtleneck, go-go boots, and a poodle skirt, whereas Catherine brought with her a fitted and tied-up t-shirt and high heels with the denim shorts cut off. In one fell swoop, a daring decision on her behalf that not only reinvented this character, but managed to invent an enduring piece of cultural phenomena called Daisy Dukes, a style of attire known forever thereafter. Catherine's portrayal of Daisy Duke really caught on with audiences. She had the charm, the beauty, and the no-nonsense, hardworking character that made the role all too real. Whereas the producers wanted a sex symbol for their show, Catherine somehow gave Daisy strength and realism too. The show was an instant hit, premiering to wide critical acclaim. The Dukes of Hazzard ran a successful 7-season course, often vying for the top-rated show on television alongside Dallas. Catherine's star power went through the roof, making her a household name. To promote the series, Catherine donned her Daisy character for a now iconic poster that sold 5 million copies, solidifying her as a cultural icon. First Lady Nancy Reagan even showed a signed copy on her wall despite criticism from many over embracing such a sultry image. The physicality of the part did little to deter Catherine in the time she was with the series. She performed many scenes with cars, chases, and stunts, so she insured her legs for $1 million, which was quite a unique move back in the day. By the time the Dukes of Hazzard ended its 7 highly successful seasons, Catherine Bach knew she needed a new direction in her career. Daisy Duke had become nothing short of a pop phenomenon, but the character became too big, overshadowing anything else she had done before or since. This made it challenging for Catherine to find new parts that allowed her to step out of Daisy's shadow. Unfortunately, Hollywood's attitude toward aging actresses limited the opportunities available to her. As Catherine entered her 30s and beyond, she could no longer play the young, sexy roles that had propelled her to fame. Undeterred, she was practical, using the financial success of her Dukes era to explore other ventures. In 2002, Catherine launched a jewelry line, which proved to be a rather successful side business. This step just showed her resourceful nature and self-reliant spirit, as the role options on screen had started shrinking. Though there were difficulties in her professional life, Catherine had her fair share of personal turmoil as well. Her marriage with David Shaw ended in 1981 after 5 years of being together. Then, 9 years later, she married again to Peter Lopez, an entertainment lawyer who represented Michael Jackson at one time. They have 2 daughters, and all in all, a very happy family. Tragically, their marriage came to an unexpected and devastating end on April 30th, 2010, when Peter Lopez was found dead in their home from an apparent suicide. The shocking loss proved to be a big blow to Catherine and her family, driving her into a deep set of sorrows. The hardships notwithstanding, Catherine has kept up her dignity. Currently aged in her 70s, she lives a low-profile life away from the bright lights. Though she does come into the limelight from time to time, she has received some hurtful comments regarding her older appearance. Catherine has always taken that in stride, embracing aging like it is a part of life and focusing on what really matters: family and leaving a great legacy. Catherine Bach's portrayal of Daisy Duke left an indelible mark on pop culture, joining her character in the pantheon of one of television's most iconic characters. While her career never reached the same meteoric heights post Dukes of Hazzard, her legacy remains secure, thanks to the impact she had on fashion, television, and the broader entertainment industry. The Daisy Dukes style, her trademark combination of high heels, cut-off shorts, and a tied-up shirt became the stuff of cultural phenomenon, crossing generational lines. To this day, the term Daisy Dukes is synonymous with the sassy and playful style Catherine brought to life on screen. But her character was more than just about fashion. It was a combination of strength and femininity, an endearing working-class charm that cut across to every audience. The show itself might have been lighthearted, but its appeal was across diverse audiences. The Dukes of Hazzard captured the imagination of viewers by mixing action-packed car chases with down-home family values, and Catherine's Daisy was central to that magic. Her charisma helped elevate the series beyond its simple premise, turning it into a ratings juggernaut that remains beloved in syndication and nostalgic retrospectives. Off-screen, Catherine's impact was more with the influence she had on other actresses and the industry in general, pushing against stereotypes and taking charge of Daisy's image, most famously when she rejected the original costume as being too tame and too bland for her true self, was showing that women could have agency over their representation, even in a role created to make them appeal to a certain ideal. Though her time in the limelight has long since passed, Catherine Bach's story is a reminder of the transience of fame and the seizing of opportunities. She made the most of her prime years, building a legacy that would last far beyond her television career. Even today, fans celebrate Catherine's contributions, whether through reruns of the Dukes of Hazzard or tributes to the enduring Daisy Duke's look. Add to that a resilient nature both on and off screen, and Catherine proves she is so much more than a simple television icon. She's an inspiration. And with that, we wrap up the story of 𝚑𝚘 𝚔𝐻𝐿, a trailblazer and a symbol of an unforgettable era in American television. If you've enjoyed this series, then don't forget to check out the next video. Be sure to subscribe for more stories celebrating legends like her. See you next time.